The science fiction series with awesome visual effects, expertly fleshed out characters, and a tense political narrative, the genre blurring The Expanse has quickly become a classic. It allows viewers to imagine a realistic future in which humanity successfully harnesses the power of space travel. After being renewed for its 6th and final season, dedicated fans were disappointed to learn that they would no longer be getting any new episodes from Amazon Prime. Due to its monumental success, showrunner Naren Shankar and creators Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank are hinting at the possibility of a continuation of the series. We will be going over what the future of The Expanse will be, with a video game and another novel in the works. We'll also be sharing some of our favorite Easter eggs and best-kept secrets about The Expanse. Stay tuned to find out how you can access 25 minutes of hidden bonus content. First, The Expanse's production team. The sci-fi drama adventure that is The Expanse has gripped audiences since its release in 2015. The story takes place 200 years in the future and has a gloomy, realistic tone. The writers have made an impressive effort to be as scientifically accurate as possible. Based on the best-selling novels by Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, it also examines some of the more increasingly dire issues of modern civilization. Humans have colonized the solar system in this hypothetical future, which inevitably leads to interplanetary war. Abraham and Frank, who published their books under the combined pen names James S.A. Corey, are co-creators and writers on the television series, alongside Academy Award nominees Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby. Otsby is best known for his work on the film Children of Men. He's also producing alongside showrunner Naren Shankar, who headed Almost Human and Grimm. The Expanse originally aired on American broadcaster Sci-Fi but was canceled in 2018 after just 3 seasons. It was resurrected by Amazon Prime, much to the delight of dedicated fan base that includes some big names like George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones. What's the premise of The Expanse? The Expanse truly is much more than just a sci-fi drama. It's a blend of many different genres that just happens to take place in a futuristic setting, with elements from detective mysteries, political thrillers, and even some Western final frontier moments. It has famously been described as a space opera by critics. The realism and grounded nature of the series add to its ambiance and dystopian feel. The Expanse follows a slew of heroes from different walks of life, such as UN Secretary General Christian Avasarala, played by Shanra Agadushulu, Detective Joseph Miller, Thomas Jane, and Captain James Holden, Stephen Strait. Our protagonists find themselves wrapped up in a conspiracy that could cause the entire solar system to break out into a full-blown war while dealing with threats of other human colonies. Why did The Expanse get canceled? In late 2020, Amazon announced that it would be releasing the 6th and final season of The Expanse. Many were expecting the show to continue to be renewed at least for another couple of seasons. Series content is directly from Abraham and Frank's novels, with the final season more or less following the plotline of Babylon's Ashes, which is book 6 in the series. The books are still being written, with a total of 9 official novels in the series and 9 related novellas. With a ton of content available that is yet to be seen in the big screen, creators Abraham and Frank are feeling optimistic about the future of The Expanse. We have what we think is a very natural pause point for this story after season 6. Frank stated in a press event, "It'll feel like a satisfying end to this story we've been building over the first 5 seasons. I think one of the things that's sort of an out-modeled idea is the idea of being canceled. The next 3 books in this series take place 30 years after the events in Babylon's Ashes, so perhaps another network would be willing to grab the torch and pick up the next 3 seasons. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video for step-by-step instructions to access bonus content from season 6. What's the future of The Expanse? The Expanse has been extremely well received, with many perfect scores on rating sites like Rotten Tomatoes. It's received praise for its high-quality visuals, especially since the Amazon revival. The character development in the series is also considerable, especially for a science fiction project. Another aspect of the show that gives it high production value is the well-thought-out political narrative. It received a Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation and has garnered 3 Saturn Award nominations for Best Science Fiction Television Series. With that in mind, it's quite likely that fans will be able to look forward to more episodes sometime in the future. When asked whether or not there was a chance for a second renewal, showrunner Shankar said that he would love nothing more. "I'm certainly not betraying any confidence to say that producers Ty Frank and Daniel Abraham and I, speaking for ourselves, would love to do it. It'd be a remarkable thing to complete the whole book series that way, and I certainly hope we get to do it," he added. When can we expect a game? Gamers who are fans of the franchise have a new experience to look forward to, The Expanse, a Telltale series, released its first trailer in December 2021. Telltale Games has partnered up with Deck 9 to develop the interactive story-driven adventure game. Deck 9 has released award-winning games in this style such as Life is Strange: True Colors. Players will have the chance to take on the role of fan favorite Kamina Drummer, a belter played by Kara G. She'll continue to voice the character in the video game. The Expanse, a Telltale series, will act as a prologue to the events in the television series. It's expected to be released for leading consoles. However, at this time, there is only confirmation of a PC edition. The game's official description is as follows. In the near future, on the outskirts of the asteroid belt, a bloody mutiny breaks loose on the Artemis. You take the role of Exo Kamino Drummer, where the choices determine the fate of the ship. What will you do with the truth? Bosmang. Best Easter eggs in the series. There are many fun little secrets and Easter eggs hidden throughout the series. Some of these nods to classic sci-fi films and literature are more obvious than others. One of the more noticeable references in this series is imagery directly inspired by Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. These include some drawn-out landing scenes that are characteristic of the film. There are also more direct ties to other sci-fi franchises which appear in the form of name drops. In the 5th season, there was one instance in particular that had fans excited, and a scene where UN Secretary General Christian Avasarala's contacts list is visible. Some of the more observant fans were able to spot a couple of familiar names. Doctor Who, a time-traveling alien, was amongst them. Clegane G, who would also be seen in the contact list, is likely a reference to Gregor Clegane, a character from Game of Thrones. Interestingly, some remarked that there was another familiar name in the roster, Banks V, which may speculate in a reference to Aunt Vivian from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. While the addition of Aunt Vivian seems like a bizarre shout-out for a science fiction series, Redditors noticed that these characters all had something in common. These characters had in fact all been recast while the show was still running. The greatest Easter egg in the entire series, however, appears in the final episode. A screen shows a list of names, which at first glance doesn't seem like much, but upon further inspection, viewers realized that they were looking at nearly 30 different references to other classic sci-fi, such as Star Wars and Total Recall. Incredible. How can we access Season 6's bonus content? Fans of the series have been wondering why the 6th and final season of The Expanse is only 6 episodes long. This may seem like a lackluster finale for a show of its caliber, but this decision was made for good reason. The 6th season of The Expanse required a high per-episode budget to wrap up this story successfully, with many arcs coming to a climax. There was a need to make the last season memorable and impactful. Producers have managed to successfully pull this off, despite the shortened length of the season. For those who flew through the final season, we've discovered some hidden content you may have easily missed. The final season of The Expanse includes 5 short vignettes that equal about 25 minutes of extra footage. The vignettes delve deeper into the lives of some of the characters that are not only necessary to follow the plot of the final season. To access this hidden content, you must be watching The Expanse in the Prime app on a phone, tablet, or laptop. Once you've started an episode, you must pause it for a hidden menu to appear. This hidden menu will allow you to access the vignette that is associated with that particular episode. Enjoy. Whether or not there will be more episodes of The Expanse in the near future, fans still have access to plenty of new content in the meantime. Thanks for watching.